The American dream. Work hard in school, get good grades, go to college, get a high-paying job. Too bad that dream rarely becomes a reality anymore. There's an abundance of jobs that go unfilled that do not require a four-year degree. Many students are afraid to work with their hands and they think it's looked down upon, so they don't go out after these jobs. Hard work is the foundation of America. More students should consider trade schools after high school as opposed to traditional colleges and universities. Have you ever heard of a thing called the skills gap? It's a growing problem that's plaguing the country. The skills gap exists because people are not willing to do jobs that require them to get their hands dirty. Our generation can be the one to start closing this gap and getting America's workforce back on the right track. By definition, a skills gap is a gap between what employers want or need their employees to be able to do and what those employees can actually do when they walk into work, per Liz Ryan. I got the chance to talk to Brian Otto, Goodwill Industries of the Southern Piedmont's Director of Business Development, about the importance of more students joining skilled trades fields. His knowledge of the skills gap runs deep because of his background has been in skilled trades for many years. This is what he had to say.
When we have a graduating class, typically if it's 15 students, we've got 15 job offers when they're finished. So I can pretty confidently sit here and say that if you go through the program, I can confidently say there's a job for you. That there's a company that wants you.
When asked about how our generation can start to close this skills gap and what tools young people need to start the process, Mr. Otto had this to say.
Knowledge is the biggest thing. So an understanding by a young adult of what is available to them is really the first step. Understanding what it's going to cost to go to a four-year school and get a degree, and what are their job opportunities on the tail end, and then also giving them the same ability with a trades program that maps out a career trajectory on what are going to be your educational costs and what are going to be your salaries coming out.
Mike Rowe, the man on the right in the following clip, has pushed for years to get more people working with their hands. Mr. Rowe hosted the show Dirty Jobs on Discovery Channel, which had the tagline, "Someone's Gotta Do It." He is also the CEO of the Mike Rowe Works Foundation, which gives scholarships to people that want to go to trade schools.
And if you look at our workforce, and if you look at the jobs that are available right now, 6.3 million available jobs, 75% of them don't require a four-year degree. That's amazing. They require training, they require certification, and they require willingness to do something that most people aren't willing to do. But to affirmatively distance ourselves from the people who are essentially keeping the lights on, it's a bad deal. That's why we have a skills gap, in my view. That's why we have $1.5 trillion of student loans.
Sure.
And that's why we're lending money we don't have to kids who can't pay it back to teach them how to do jobs that don't exist.
To name a few, here's a short list of jobs not requiring a four-year degree.
When you start talking numbers, it becomes more attractive. And then you have to cater to that individual student who doesn't like the prospect of sitting behind a desk, of being behind a computer all day, of working in the elements. There's a lot of good factors to being a tradesman to show that these individuals make as much as individuals that put a suit and tie on every day and go to work, sometimes more. We're going to need people that are going to know how to work on our houses, build our houses, work on our buildings, fix our buildings. So if we don't have those people, we're going to be in real trouble.
If more people would choose to attend vocational schools, the skills gap that exists in America would decrease drastically. Thousands of jobs are available that simply require a year of on-the-job training. Think about it. Is college the right path for you? It's not for everybody. This decision can change the entire trajectory of your life. What are you going to do?